Hello, how's it going? I'm Allisun, and today, I'm so grateful that you're here. Today we're going to be talking about what I've learned from part 1 of Coping with Trauma-Related Dissociation by Suzette, Boon, Steele, and Onno. Hart. It is a manual, a protocol for learning about dissociation and then healing from it. Or, integrating dissociation as a more so healthy part of our lives. Because as we will find, the opposite of dissociation is integration, which is a natural tendency for humans, and so we just gotta tune into doing that. There are a few things that I want to say before jumping in, and the first is if you do not subscribe to this channel yet, do that now, please. Oh wait. The best way to support me in this channel reaching people in need. Go ahead and give the video a thumbs up while you're there. I'm doing a series called CPTSD Book Club. This is a part of the series. Today we're talking about Dissociation 101, everything about dissociation and integration. Okay, other things I want to say are that labels are just used to help people help you. So help categorize a broad set of experiences into one thing, one label, one group, so that there's a general idea and consensus around how to move forward from that. You know, how to take that label, that category of experiences, and end up here in this healthy place. So if you're like, I don't have dissociation, dissociative CPTSD, what is dissociation? This protocol is also kind of loosely based off of emotional regulation protocol for people with BPD and other trauma-related disorders. You know, labels, if you're like, I'm not about it. I'm using these labels just to categorize, and so are these authors. And a last thing that I want to say before jumping into dissociation is that present day, June 29th, 2020, I've had a week that has brought up some pretty darn unexpected and very upsetting events. And so if you've experienced some similar sort of week, know that we're in this together. And I hope that you're doing all right. All right, so now, what is dissociation? So dissociation can show up in a variety of ways. It can be not being present and being so lost in thought, especially negative thoughts in some way, of shame, of anger, of criticism, that you really do become not present. You're not focused on the present and in those thoughts. You're just completely dissociated in that space. It can also be that you're in a place of anxiously worrying about the future, or what is the word? Fraternizing with the past. That's not the word. This is the word I'm looking for. You're so stuck in that you're not present. But it also can be being spacey, foggy, your mind going completely blank, and you're not being able to think or speak. Or it can be completely losing and blanking out for periods of time. That's a little bit more severe. But all of this is in response to a really stressful or fear-inducing situation. It's a fear response. Dissociative CPTSD peeps, holla. We learned to do this when we were little because it helped us escape from the overwhelming situation at hand. And so for a while it was for our benefit. But as it got more and more habitual, it started to make things in our life kind of difficult to manage, and so we were constantly avoiding fearful situations, and the more life went on, there's probably more fearful situations that arose. Maybe not because they actually were fear-inducing, but because we respond to just so many things with fear over time. And so our lives became so limited, you know, in what we could actually be present for and process presently. The opposite of dissociation, this might help make it a little bit more clear for you, is integration. So integration is when all yourself, what am I saying? Integration is the organization of all the different parts of yourself into one cohesive whole unit. So there's all these situations that happen day by day, right? A person who struggles with dissociative CPTSD may react to different situations or the same situation on different days differently. They aren't cohesive in how they approach life. We are all born with a natural tendency to integrate our experiences into our unified sense of self. We're story-creating, meaning-making creatures. And so when something happens, we integrate it into our life story. The book makes a strong connection to integration and your personality, the creation of your steady, stable personality. So it says personality is typical and lasting ways of thinking, feeling, acting, and perceiving. Usually people function in a coordinated way to make smooth transitions between response patterns to adjust and adapt to situations. For example, when they go from work to home, they smoothly adapt from this role to that role. Dissociation is a major failure of integration that interferes with and changes our sense of self and our personality. It chronically impairs our integrative capacity. It also says that tiredness, stress, and illness disrupt integrative capacity, but they do so temporarily. Dissociative CPTSD is when you are not an integrated, stable, steady sense of self, personality person from A to B chronically. Kind of always in flux. So, relating dissociation to just everyone who struggles with CPTSD or BPD or other trauma-related disorders, all these labels, all these issues. There's a reason why we have these struggles, and understanding what the struggles are and having the courage to face why they exist, what caused them, gives us a real chance at resilience, at feeling better, at integration. Integrating our fragmented pasts into one whole, unified present. So, this book is a protocol. It tells you how to move forward from CPTSD, especially dissociative CPTSD. And I want to say, a part of dissociation is sometimes, one part of ourself is here now. But another part of ourself, when something happens here now, is still stuck in the past, holding on to the past, not realizing that the past has passed, or maybe just anticipating it to happen again, and so projecting this response and this fear, oh, I knew this was going to happen, this is what's happening, response onto whatever is happening. This part of ourselves isn't aware that the past and the future are different, so it's not integrating the past into the present. It's just like a meshed up situation. There's the present moment, and then there's these past parts of yourself that are perhaps acting as though the past is still going on, and they're fearful of the present when perhaps in the present they're safe, they're good, they're Gucci, they're Tesla. The book says if you struggle with CPTSD, how to approach not being, just triggered all the time, is to first address that. Address your symptoms in the present moment. Stabilize. Find stability and reduce your symptoms and learn skills to cope. As boring as that sounds, so start there and then go back and address your really traumatic memories. But if you start in the traumatic memories, you will likely not be able to integrate them in a healthy manner. You'll perhaps feel like they're still going on, you'll be just really struggling with them again, instead of having already learned how to know that in this moment you are safe. You're not in that situation. You are in the present moment. You're in a new moment, and there's hope now. You're an adult. You're able to care for yourself. You'll struggle. You'll struggle more than is necessary, and more than perhaps is good for you. And then from there, you can fully just integrate. So I guess it says, start in the present, cultivate a sense of safety and well-being, reduce your symptoms of anxiety, of angry outbursts, of blanking, of dissociating. And then go in your past, address your traumatic memories. It's hard. And then integrate and just become a really healed, healthy person. But I don't know, I really believe that it's much more difficult to start in the traumatic memories part. And so if you haven't already, really try to cultivate a sense of safety in this moment before continuing to or starting to consider your past. Really deeply consider it, because oh my gosh, that'll be so triggering if you do it the other way around, or at least, you know, find balance. I don't know, balance. Let's shoot for that. Let's shoot for balance. I have more to say about dissociation, but it gets pretty in depth, and I think I gave enough for you to digest already in this video, so I think I'll save it for the next one. I do intend on making notes for you to read and to keep, so you know, you don't just like take this in the video and then let it wash away like all the other content that you ingest on the internet. You can have a PDF to come back to if you want to, you know, regurgitate, kind of bring this memory back, and in doing so, like, remember it better ingrain it into your system. Be super present with it, with the piece of paper in front of you. So I'm gonna make some sort of notes for you guys. I think for now, if that is happening, I'm going to link it in the description below. Otherwise, in the future, if you're watching this in the future, I will have a website with show notes that will also be linked below if that exists. ProductiveResilience.com. Check it out. Okay, so I'm gonna get going. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, please let me know down below. If you want to talk, let me know down below. If you want to watch more on dissociation, my subjective experience is linked below. Please hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button while you're there. Thank you. It supports me so much, and more importantly, it supports this channel and this video getting out to people who need to watch it. So thank you so much. I hope that you stick around for the next video, in which we'll talk either more about dissociation or about this book, The Body Keeps the Score, by Bessel van der Kolk. So good. Thanks, guys. Thank you for watching. I can't talk anymore, so I'm gonna go. I hope that you have a pleasant day and life, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.